Okay, we are here with Deacon Dennis Lambert of Corpus Christi Catholic Church in Arizona, rather than Texas, and he's the author of a book called The Table. Deacon, pleasure to have you with us.
Great to be here, Peter. Thank you.
All right, now tell us about the book The Table.
Well, it's a work of Catholic fiction. If I had to try to condense what it's about a table that was built by the grandfather of Jesus Christ. The story follows the table. It's given to somebody, actually a centurion, who has a kind of conversion experience to become what's called its table bearer. The table bearer, or the centurion, brings the table to the apostles in the different places that they've been dispersed to. The story then follows the table throughout all of history, always somebody in that family assuming the role of table bearer. It intersects with Christ at a couple points, and then at the end, or towards the end of the book, it intersects with a man in current history who's at the darkest point of his life.
Now, is this your first work of fiction?
It's the first work that I have published, yes.
Now, what prompted you to write?
Well, what I've always had, as far as write in general, I've always kind of had the desire to. You know, what prompted this particular story was really just thinking about the centurion from the gospel. A couple centurions, but the one particularly where we get from the Mass, "Lord, I'm not worthy for you to enter my house. Just say the word, my soul shall be healed." I started thinking about what happened to that centurion after that experience. And it kind of, from there, the story kind of took root, kind of its own arms and legs, if you will, and kind of grew from there.
And when did it come out?
It came out actually a month ago through En Route Books and Media. It's a Catholic publisher out of St. Louis. Wonderful people to work with. Of all the things they do, of all the books they publish, they donate 10% of what they do to pro-life causes. So, real good company. Happy to be aligned to them.
Now, I also want to talk a little bit about your work as a deacon. How long have you been a deacon in the church?
About 3 years now.
And what called you to this?
That's a big question. All my life, I think everybody is called to something. Even from a young age, I felt that I was called to something. I didn't know exactly what it was until a little bit later in my life, maybe about 8-9 years ago, when I entered kind of a dark valley. I think we all have those experiences, and two things can come out of those. You know, some people will run from God, and others will run closer to God. But through that experience, it opened me up to what I feel God was calling me to all these years, and it was to the diaconate.
And if you were to talk to a person who was considering the diaconate, what is the one thing you would say to them that they should be aware of, either positive or negative, if they decide to embrace the diaconate?
Well, the one thing is, again, that from that moment on, your life is not your own, you know, but that's not a bad thing. It is such a blessing. You know, it is definitely a commitment of time. It's a commitment away from your family if you have children, but it's also, in the same breath, a way to bring your family together. So again, the key of that, I would say, is definitely take the time to discern if it's the right thing. And even when you go through formal formation, that is a total period of complete discernment if this is the right vocation for you.
And if people want to find out more about your book, The Table, or buy it, where should they go online?
Well, they can get it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and you can visit my website, which is DennisLambert-writer.com.
All right, Deacon Dennis Lambert, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay, microphone off, camera